Okay, so this is video attempt number 3. I've been having some issues with the mic and then the video not recording, so I'm hoping this one works out. So, a couple of things before we get started. I'm going to try to make this video pretty short and simple. Um, so, I was asked to explain market prices. So, from my experience, this is what I pay for stuff, this is what I sell stuff for. So, when it comes down to um, gold, I'm trying to always increase the amount of gold I'm getting. I'm never trying to lose gold if it can be helped. Two things that I highly recommend is being able to surcharge and questing constantly. Both of these are essential. So, to maximize the amount of gold you get, this is from a personal opinion. I don't craft the items I'm trying to surcharge. Instead, I craft the elements and the elements and spirits. That way, I can just buy items off the market and sell them for gold. After the expenses I had today, I started off the day with just under 1 million gold. I've only been on for about an hour and I've made about 5 million gold, give or take. Some expenses. And I guess I'm going to try to explain it the best to my knowledge. So let's go to the offers tab. I'm just going to go through a couple of the items I buy. I buy ruby wands um, because I actually am working on getting that to be where I have the gold increase on it. So I still got to craft like 45 or 50 of them, 60, something like that. And until then, I'm just saving them. I'm crafting elements, spirits, going through that whole phase. So a ruby wand on the market goes for about a million or 100,000. That's the base value of it without the gold increase. So I pay somewhere between 200 and 220,000 on the market. I will not go past 220,000. It's not worth it for me at that point. I mean, it isn't not worth it, but I'm trying to get as much money as I can from it. So when that happens, I go from ruby wands to one of a few options. I do magical timepieces, ring of the chosen, and any tier 7 item that has a base value of at least 100,000. So the gladiator helm, there's also a few others. I try to stick to those. Those are the ones that get me the most amount of gold for my time. Um, what was the other item I'm trying to mention? The double crossbow is decent for money, but there's also a lot of competition on this item. I didn't have a good time with this yesterday. I spent like 260,000 each yesterday, which I try not to go up towards, but it did, and that happened. The other items I go through in my cycle end up being firework bundles, the harvester hoods. I've not done the guns. I don't know if they're good or not because I don't have that unlocked. I only go for the crossbows because they're 20,000 more. They're a little bit more worth my time. And I've not gotten any of these. I don't have any luck with getting these. I put this trade up hours ago, and someone's increased the price before I even got one of them. So, yeah, those are not easy to get. Let's just go ahead and go through this, and just gonna actually make an active listing so people can see what I actually pay for stuff. Granted, I normally wouldn't pay this much for an item. I still want to see, yeah, so it'd be up to like 310,000. So let's go with 250,000. The reason why I also don't go so high on some specific items is due to I'm trying to make the tier 7 elements and spirits go for as much as I can without going too far. So to explain that, how would I say this? Basically, I don't want to get a too expensive item. Like, I really don't need these. I mean, I don't need them. Actually, I don't even think I could surcharge them, so I'm going to cancel that. Don't think I have enough energy for that, because crossbows already cost me 570 energy each, and that's 130,000 base value. I know that the more expensive an item it gets, typically the more energy it costs to surcharge. So we'll go through and see what's available today. There's only 7 trades on that, really? let's just go up to, let's do that one. I don't really need anything else. Well, I could do Ring of the Chosen, I guess. That's something I'm getting kind of low on, depending on the price. I'll put them for 220. Yep. That's about as far as I'll go on the Ring of the Chosen. It's 220,000. I will just let that sit there and get them eventually. I don't chase them. Back to the market. Go to offers. So for another part of the video, dungeon components. These are huge. Yeah, these are getting insane. These were like these. I saw these for 195,000 earlier. They were down to 175,000. They're almost maxed out now. Wow. So the reason why I do tier 7 enchants versus tier 9 is because this. That's already a ridiculous price. It's almost 3 times its value. It doesn't leave me with a whole lot of room since I can't do these higher end dungeons from like the marble slab or the ancient marble all the way up to these. I can't do any of these right now. So these are very expensive for me and don't leave a whole lot of room for profit. And this is almost 10 times its value. Like, you really think I'm going to pay that much for those? Like, it's not worth it to me. That's why I stick to tier 9, because I can farm most of the resources except for... Look, Evil Eyes are actually back down to a decent price. They're back down to 15,000. So they were at 30,000 or 23,000 earlier, and I've seen them up for 32,000 yesterday. So I will not pay more than 3 to 4 times its value. So like even the star medal's in an acceptable range for me. But if it goes to like 23, 24,000, I'm not going to bother with it. So that's some of the stuff I buy. Now, down here at the bottom, this is where it gets interesting, because for a lot of people that are doing enchants and stuff, these are good to buy. Like, they're cheaper than what they're worth. So you can put a request up for like 3,000 to get a ton of them like instantly. It's one of the better trades. So that's not a bad one to go with. These I need a ton of, so I quest for those a lot, and then I try to keep... I try to stay up above 100 of each of these. It's hard some days due to how much I'm on and stuff. So these down here, from the iron pine cones to the mushrooms and stuff, even these, I pay the max price for. I will go all the way to 4,000 for silver dust. I don't mind. Anything down here at the bottom floor, I will overpay for, and even to the point where I don't ever pay, past 4,000 or 5,000 for those. I will max those out, because some days those are just like, they're already like almost maxed anyway. So that's another item I will pay a lot for. These I will pay almost the maximum for, but these I will not go past 20,000 on. It's not worth it to me. So that's some of my limitations on that. Now, if it comes to selling, this is where it really bothers me. It's very annoying when I'm going to sell an enchant, and I mentioned this in my other video. But let's search. I want to keep this to enchants, tier 7. And I want to go to normal and superior only. Okay. So this is something that seriously annoys me. If you notice, this flame element is superior, and then this one's normal, and they're only like 6,000 difference. And this is to the point where I'm like, I will not sell a superior spirit or element if it's like this, because it's more worth me putting it on an item than selling it. It's not worth my time. Up until the point where they're flawless. Once they're flawless, that's when I might start selling them, because, that's decent. That's over 3 times its price. I'm not going to be able to surcharge that and make money off of it. So that's acceptable. On the other hand, I will not sell or exchange legendaries or epics right now. I'm trying to keep those. So those are kind of, I'm just trying to save them for a better time, like Tower of Titans or LCOG. They're just really good for like when the events come around, because people want them, they're gone, and then there's no more. So there is also a lot of competition between elements and enchants, so you have to be careful with what you're buying versus selling. I tend to, I personally don't mind if I get gems or gold, but I try to get as many gems as I can. So on the offers tab, I just go one gem under to, let me just make I'm not going to actually list this, but I'll show you what I do when I'm doing my enchants and stuff. This is only mainly for enchants. I don't do a whole lot of crafting on items, so okay, so tap that. Yeah, okay, it's going for 54, so let's go to 54. I get 43 out of that, so let's go to 53. I get 42 out of it. So is that really? Yeah, it's one gem more. I get one gem less. It's not that big a deal to me. So this is a point where I might sell it because 5 million gold is only worth about 25 gems. So I'm making profit off of it right there. And for anybody that's trying to use gems to make gold or gold to make gems, your best bet is to wait till level 50 and buy enchants. This would be your best area to buy stuff for gold or gems and to then resell them for gold or gems. Yeah, these are all 4 right now. I try to buy them for 3 and sell them for 700,000. I'll get 630,000 out of it, somewhere around there. I mean, it's just below what most of these people are already selling them for, except for, nature's going for insane right now. So that's where I would, leave a limitation on that. And then the last thing is for the quest. This is an area where I started off early game. I would sell those for gold rather than gems, and it is good for gold. It really is, but it's also a very expensive gems chest. So I found out that people like these, mainly the bigger people that actually have a lot of gems and stuff every day, because they'll buy these chests for gold, sell them for gems, and just keep doing it all day. Or I also noticed someone else was buying a ton of them for like 6 gems just like yesterday, I think. And they're opening them with gems because they're one of the cheaper chests that have decent rates for like research scrolls, ascension shards, hero coins, what everybody's after basically. So limestone chests have, according to what I know, the best rates, and I could even go in here and show you that real quick. Yeah, odds. Yeah, you have a 2% chance of ascension scrolls or shards and 3% of research scrolls. I just got one of these earlier. These are the same, it looks like, but I don't get what the difference is. I opened one of these earlier and got 25 research scrolls. So to me, these are okay, but the gem difference is already 100 different. So I'd rather stick to these just for that, like 2 or 3 lower. Let's see here. I think that covers the basics on the market. I don't really have any more info on what I do throughout the day besides I try to buy for as cheap as possible without getting ran over. If I start seeing people pay more for the items I'm buying, I will cancel the request and go after a different item. But I try to get at least some of them throughout the day. So that's all I have for now. If you have any questions or comments, let me know, and I'll see what I can do in the next video.